So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open. Hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. And try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. And also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to simply be as they are. No need to investigate. Constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration, to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly, again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll take a moment to generate a broad and expansive motivation. So think how incredibly fortunate we are waking up one more time in this precious human rebirth with all of its incredible freedoms and endowments, the leisure and opportunity that we have to intentionally cultivate our minds in a positive direction, to become deeply familiar with virtue, to turn away from non virtue. And think that having such an incredible opportunity, we ought to use that opportunity in the best way, the highest way. Thinking now is the time, with all of these incredible conditions coming together to support my spiritual growth. Now is the time to really overcome the mind of self grasping, self cherishing, this egoistic self preoccupation, which is the source of all of my suffering. A mind that is only interested in my own thoughts, my own desires, my own interests, even at the expense of others. There's no greater goal than to transcend these minds that keep us trapped in suffering. And unlocking the true potential of this precious human rebirth, being able to genuinely develop the mind to be of greatest benefit to others, the potential that is blocked by the minds of self grasping and self cherishing. So I try to take the goal of reducing this egoistic self preoccupation in order to have the spaciousness of mind to be of benefit. That's the purpose of our time. And with that motivation, yesterday, Gendon finished his series on Chandrakirti's Praise to Great Compassion. There were 3 different contemplations on compassion as part of that course, and we contemplated them a couple of months ago. I would go back through them again. The first of these 3 contemplations is compassion observing mere sentient beings. So we work in this contemplation with a metaphor, the metaphor of the bucket and the well. So bring to mind an image of a deep, dark stone well in the middle of a field. There's a bucket that hangs from a rope tied to a wheel at the top. When the mechanism turns, the bucket is subject to rising and falling. The bucket is bound to that mechanism by a rope. The bucket is able to descend easily, but swings from side to side, clattering against the stone walls. And recognize that you can't pinpoint any start or end. There is simply rising and falling. So contemplate this metaphor for a moment. And begin to contemplate what we can learn about existence from this metaphor. In the same way that the bucket is bound to the wheel, so too am I bound by my past actions, actions done under the influence of ignorance, attachment, and aversion. And just like that bucket, I too cycle through different states, finding it easy to descend down to the lower realms, but only with great effort am I able to arise. And so too, anger and covetousness, ill will seem to arise spontaneously, but it takes great effort to generate genuine love, genuine compassion, to have real patience, real kindness, real generosity. The virtue must be nourished and cultivated with sustained effort, whereas non virtue is self perpetuating. Try to recognize this existential condition in your own life. And on the basis of this clear seeing, allow the wish to be free of this suffering to arise. Compassion is the result of the wisdom mind that simply clearly sees the condition that sentient beings are in. Think, may I be free of all of this uncontrolled suffering. Then bring to mind the image of someone dear to you, and apply that same analysis to their experience. Just like myself, they too are bound by their past actions. They too experience myriad sufferings again and again without choice. And as your heart opens to that suffering, think how wonderful it would be if they could be free. And take a sense of personal responsibility. Think I myself will cause them to be free. And recognize that there are no ordinary sentient beings that are not similarly situated. Every sentient being is an object of compassion as a suffering sentient being. So, thinking in that way, give rise again to a strong determination to overcome the causes of suffering in your own life so that you can help others to do the same. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation. Think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. I think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.